Okay, so the first UV pass is done. Now I need to duplicate the stuff that I want to be unique. Like on the blade, I want the big shell here to be stacked, but I want everything else to be unique. In fact, I want to add a cut there and a cut up there where it's going to be hard to see. And we'll just do an unfold on that. Okay, great. So that could probably be stocked as well, but it's such a small piece, relatively speaking, it's not really worth going to the trouble. So I'm just going to grab, let's see, this one we'll never see, but just to make this easy, I'm going to go ahead and grab all of my perpendicular edges, whatever, or faces, however you want to think of them, and I'm going to extract. So we'll go to mesh, sorry, edit mesh, extract. So now they're separate pieces of geo. And they are welded, so I'm going to go ahead and just combine this to make it even easier. So we'll just do a delete by type on that. Okay, and for this what I want to do now is just mirror it over. So that's going to be in mesh mirror. Let's get to the options. So in this case I had it to do not merge for that piece in the back, but in this case I actually want to merge. But the automatic value, if I leave it alone, is going to collapse everything down because it's looking too closely. And you can see my merge threshold here is like some very high number for some reason. But if I set this to 0.01, it'll weld these center verts, or at least it should, but it won't collapse everything else. So that's going to give us a good result there. And now I have all of these shells here are separate because even though I welded the verts, I did not weld the UVs. So all the ones that I just duplicated, what I'm going to do is basically just grab one edge on each one's center, and because the verts are welded, I can come over here and do a move and sew. Sorry, it looks like, let me try, I think I'm gonna have to flip everything. Well, it might actually do it. Let me just see if I can skip that step because it's kind of annoying. So if I do a move and sew, and then we'll do an unfold, I need to grab all of the inside faces, and we'll do a move and sew there, and unfold, and there you can see. It works very, very nicely. So let me just show you again. You want to grab an edge that's on the inside. And I'm not double clicking because I don't want to hit all these other edges. And then I just basically grab one that's on the far end there. We'll do a move and sew. And once that's done, you can double click the inside, and it's basically like grabbing, well, let me not do that, and I'll show you one more time. Just to make it crystal clear, I'm going to do an unfold on this shell here, right? So I did a move and sew on the two ends, and so they welded. So now I can double click this, and it's only going to be the inside, so it's like way easier on the edge selection front, and now I can just do an unfold, and it's going to look very nice, although it's going to get bigger. It's no big deal. And now we're basically just going to repeat this process around on the other parts. So move and sew, grab the shell, unfold, grab the inside, do another move and sew, grab the shell, and unfold again. And here we've only got 4 edges, so I'll just go ahead and do it all in one fell swoop. We'll do the sew and then unfold. Looks like I need to hit it one more time over there. All right, unfold. So I don't want to do straighten UVs on these because there is a difference in the shape. It's not just like a cylinder that I can easily, that'll have the same thickness all the way around. All right, so that's all done. And I don't want to do this one yet because I haven't packed everything. But now these are all unique. All these UV shells here are unique, which is what I'm looking for. And now I'm going to do basically the same thing over here. But in this case, it's just those top and back edges that I'm worried about. So I'll do another extract. So this is essentially now a separate piece of geometry. I'll do a mirror. So it's going to be in mesh mirror. Default settings there are almost okay, but you can see for some reason it's like auto-calculating this merge threshold, which is screwing it up. It needs to be a very, very small number. It's actually coming in with a pretty high number. So we'll just go ahead and grab one of these. And in this case, because there's only one shell, I can just do a flip, which I think is going to be over here in transform. Oh, there's some way to do it, but I don't remember. It doesn't matter. I'll just grab this edge here and there. Do another move and sew. We'll unfold here. Double click the inside edges. Another move and sew and another unfold. And then just straighten that up a little bit. Cool. All right. So now there are all of the shells. Everything that we want to be unique, or everything that we want to stack, exists in, like, basically there's like one version of it. Here are two cases where that's what we're looking for, and then everything else is unique. So let's go ahead and do a layout with this. So arrange and layout. Let me look at the options. So I want to preserve the 3D ratios. We should not have any non-manifold geo, but we can turn that on at this point. That's fine. Okay, and we'll hit apply. Uh-oh, something's wrong. Control Z. Something somewhere got screwed up. So with the UVs open, I'm wondering if it's this thing here being problematic. We should be able to see any weird texture borders. They'll show up as like heavier lines, or white lines, I mean. But everything looks pretty good, as far as I can tell. Oh, I guess I forgot to do that piece. Oops. All right, well, let's take a very quick look at that. The remaining couple of minutes of this video, it should be pretty simple. Display, hide unselected. So I'm just going to go to the edge. We'll go around the outside of the edge. Just double click and it's working pretty good here. Only gets hung up when it hits a triangle on the edge, and it looks like we've done a pretty good job of avoiding those for the most part. Like, there's one right there, and then there's another one back there. Okay, cool. Let me open up the UV editor, and we'll do a cut here. This is probably the exact wrong way to do this. So I'm going to want to save this edge selection here. I need to do a layout first, like I just create by camera base. So there's a cool thing you can do if you go to edit. Where is it? It's in sets. Create a set. So that set is basically just the selection that I have right now. So now I'm going to go to create camera based. I remember it's in the outliner. So like right here. Select set members. So that's just a really convenient way. If you've got a selection and you're like, oh man, I want to keep that selection, you can just, again, you just go to create, set, make a set, and then over in the outliner, your set will show up down here. And then you can just right click on it and go to select set members. And then from here, I can just do a quick cut. Move this out of the way, go to face mode. And we'll do let's see, I need to cut this side over here. And then just focus on that, and then I can add a cut there. Okay, so now when I do my little layout here, sorry, my unfold, there we go, that's very nice. Go ahead and rotate this all so it kind of makes sense. And this is a good candidate here for straighten shells, although I basically just did that. Straighten UVs. Cool. Okay, so now we're actually done with the UVs, and in the next video we'll talk about how to lay them out and then what to do with that geometry that we need to duplicate over.